What's good, superstars? Back with another Cryptoys video. You got Superstar Joe, you got Superstar Rob, Superstar Steph, and Superstar Poof down there. How's it going, guys?
Oh man, another. I'm just.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck? Oh,
We have-
where am I supposed to go?
This is tag team WWE.
That wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know who I was aiming at, and then I was getting pummeled in the corner there. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on the channel. We're gonna get right into it. But guys, if you're watching and you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post these types of videos, these types of question periods, hangout periods. We got the people from the Cryptoys team here. Feel free to ask some questions in the comments as well. We'll get to them. And you can also be on the Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. You get a nice star next to your name, access to our drop spreadsheets, price prediction spreadsheets, first dibs on merch. We got some new merch stuff coming out very soon, and also a star in the universe every single month. We got 5 days until the May star is announced. Also, if you want to follow us, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, we have a Discord in the description as well, which has a Cryptoys chat, specific chat. Poof was in there. He jumped in there the other day. So really, really cool. And also we have a PO box if you want to send us something, become a Superstar Hall of Famer. Shout out to all the VIP. You guys keep it going. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the channel.
Wow, I'm so excited. That intro was wild. Best
I love
intro
these
I've
shows.
ever been a part
Yeah,
of.
definitely.
Yeah.
And
we
what
have
the heck, Poof? Why didn't you give me the invite to the Discord? I want to join.
I thought you'd find your way there. You know, you got to
Oh my
watch the
God, I
Superstar
didn't get
videos, and then you look in the description, and the link is in there, and you can join
didn't get
yourself, Steph.
I didn't get the alpha.
Well,
It's okay,
always
it's never
in
too
the
late.
description below. Always in the description below. You're always welcome. There's a whole Cryptoys channel right there that you can
I'm
join.
gonna join
but-
right now.
Yeah, you can always do that whenever you're ready. But yeah, thanks guys for coming on. I mean, we're really happy to have you here. We love having guests on our channel, and we feel very honored to have you to come on. Your willingness. So, I mean, it is an AMA, but unlike our last one, we don't have any prepared questions. We're gonna just ask as we go. And anybody watching right now on the live stream, if you want to say anything, just ask a question on the side, and we'll pull it up. But we'll help start it off. So. We just wanted to know, because I guess, we don't really know the history as well as maybe we should. Like, how did you guys get involved with Cryptoys? Like, what's both? I mean, maybe Steph, you go first. What's your story, and then Poof, you could follow.
Sure. Yeah. So actually, it's funny because literally in I think 5 days, May 31st is going to be my 2-year anniversary with Cryptoys. I was the very first hire, which I have to flex that because it's the best flex, right? First hire. Outside of the founding team, which is there's 5 founders. So basically, my whole story is I started with NBA Top Shot. Technically Crypto Kitties, but I wasn't really creating content about Crypto Kitties. I went all in on Top Shot. I was creating a bunch of content, helped onboard a lot of people into Top Shot. I was October 2020 is when I joined. And so they're also built on Flow blockchain, just like us. And so, yeah, I was just creating content, grew my Twitter from 0 to, a decent following. And then Will, CEO of Cryptoys, he reaches out to me and he's like, hey, would love to chat with you about Cryptoys. And I was like, huh? I've never heard. The project didn't have any social media. I had never heard of it. And I was like, but then I'm like, something tells me I should take the Zoom call. So I take the Zoom call. He gives me the pitch. And I was like, wow, this is honestly something that I could see like long term. Like I even did research on the founders and I realized they have all this experience in business, right? Because at the time it was a lot of like mom and pop shop NFT projects. Excuse me. And it was like, you didn't know if a project was going to last 6 weeks, 6 days, let alone 6 months. That was like long term in the NFT space. And so I literally was like, I think Cryptoys will last a while. Like this is not a short-term thing, especially with the experience the whole team has. And so helped grow the community from scratch, went almost a year without even having any product. And so, yeah, growing the community with no product. Basically, we just showed a lot of behind the scenes, did a lot of live streams, like insight into what we're working on. Just got a lot of people that were already following me into Cryptoys. And then Poof's journey began. So now I will popcorn over to Poof.
Yeah, so I got started, like a lot of us in NBA Top Shot. I think that was one of the first mainstream NFTs to just go absolutely wild in the public. And I followed Steph on Twitter because why wouldn't you during those times? She was like the Top Shot GOAT. She had all of the alpha, all of the drop notifications. One night randomly, I think it was like 3 a.m. October 2021, I saw Steph Sutto tweet that said, join this Discord right now. Like they were about to do the cutoff for the early bird role and give away our Cryptoys classics that we had given away a couple years ago. I jumped in, obviously, and the second I got in, I realized that like this is the place that I want to be in this NFT space. I had been around other projects, PFP projects, like I said, NBA Top Shot, and had like mod experience and hospitality experience from past IRL jobs. And everything just kind of clicked. Like I reached out to Steph that first day and was like, if you guys need anything, let me know. I had already scoured the website, already looked into the team. I was just down for the cause. And then we kind of grew, from there. She asked me to eventually, mod, trusted me to give me permissions in the server to protect the community and kind of upgrade the server. And then from there, we went into full-time community manager. And now we're just, mixed into marketing and just into everything, just building Cryptoys every day and trying to build the community to be as good as the product as well. Really trying to get that premier, happy family community.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Like I did not know that you guys came already from experienced projects. So like, how is it? Like, how does it work now? Like, did that experience like really help you with this project? And are you still, because of the experience you had at the other companies, now that you guys are involved with them, was it because of that now you have partnerships with them in some sense? Like, does it lead to connections now?
Well, we didn't necessarily work for, I didn't work for Top Shot personally. People did think that there was rumors that people thought I worked for Top Shot. I didn't work for Top Shot. I was just obsessed. I was just in the Discord all the time. And so I would know when they would do drops, and I would just announce it because they would do surprise drops. Like it would literally be random. And so I would be in there. I would see the drop. I would tell everyone on Twitter. And that's why everyone was following me, because they're like, oh my God, she's the quickest. And they're like, you must have insider information. And I'm like, no, I'm literally just in Discord 24/7. Eventually, I became a moderator, a volunteer moderator. I got closer with the team. This was before they decided not to have volunteers anymore, and they only have community managers now. But yeah, like I got close with the team on Flow, which is the blockchain that we're built on. And that's what Top Shot's built on. And so, yeah, a lot of the connections are from the Flow ecosystem. But yeah, I mean, foot in the door was just volunteering, honestly, for free to start.
Nice. So that's cool though. You guys already have familiarity with the blockchain and similar stuff there. It's not like a lot of stories on, like, we've obviously covered Vivi for a lot of the last couple years. And the stories for people getting into there are quite different. So it's curious to hear how you guys both came from Top Shot into the Cryptoys atmosphere over here. I wanted to bring one thing up here quickly because we mentioned we would do it earlier, but I wanted you guys to see their Twitters if you want to follow them. We got Poof, which is @WhenPoof on Twitter, and then you got Steph Sutto as well. So go give them a follow, and obviously anytime you want to talk anything Cryptoys, these guys are the best guys to contact. Also, we have our Twitter. I wanted to run a contest here. Now they've been gracious enough to provide a giveaway. So we're going to do one giveaway for the Star Wars cube, right?
Yep, the Holocron.
So the Holocron cube. So basically, if you go to the pinned tweet on our channel or on our Twitter and you reply to this and put like a picture of maybe one of your Cryptoys or something like that, anything to do with the project. And then even if you want, you can share out the link so more people can see it. But we'll run out wheel of names at the end of it, and whoever lands on will win it. Right now, you only got like 16 people against you, and if not everybody does, you have a really good chance here. So try and get that in, and by the end we'll make a wheel, and we'll spin it.
Nice. Good luck. The odds are in everyone's favor.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully we see some good ones, and your odds are pretty good.
Screenshot your collection, or if you don't have Cryptoys, I'm pretty sure you can go to the collect page, look at all of them available, and just screenshot your wish list of what you want.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know how the community has changed, because obviously, like Joe and I, we were not really on the Cryptoys project until we heard about the Disney IP. We know Mattel's involved, and we learned a lot about it, and we're learning about it now. But how do you feel the community has changed since the announcement of the license? I don't know, Poof, why don't you take this one?
Sure. Yeah. A lot more excitement. A lot more, I want to say, validity. People kind of believing in us. There are a lot of people who didn't think we would get this deal this fast. And There's a lot of people coming in proud, excited, right? Beforehand, I mean, we had Mattel. We were doing a lot of exciting things, but obviously Star Wars is just like one of the biggest IP in the world. And yeah, it's really, it's taken the community to the next level. The people who have been here, the early birds, the people who have been here from the beginning kind of knew this stuff would happen, but it's just like validation for them. The people who had joined during Masters of the Universe are like, wow, banger after banger, they're just continuing to do this. And then the new people who are joining right now are just filled with excitement and a lot of questions, which we understand. And yeah, I'd say just to cap it off, I'd say in the beginning, we were probably a little more NFT minded because the bull market was happening. You know, this was the thing. So we had a lot of NFT people in our community. And then as we kind of grew through our first CFO drop, Master of the Universe, we started to like mold that digital toy store drops being available kind of identity. And then as we get into Star Wars now, we're getting that mainstream NFT media again. So we're starting to, you know, get a lot of NFT people back into our community. So yeah, it's been a nice blend, to be honest. It's been a really good blend.
Are you guys able to speak to maybe how long ago you knew about Star Wars?
It's a while to get the deals done because honestly,
Yeah.
a lot of it is like the legal back and forth of like the contract.
Yeah.
And then they don't even tell us when they start the conversations, to be honest, because it's like, it is a while. It honestly takes a while. And then, okay, you get the contract, you have to, all the artwork, all the animation, all the marketing stuff, like Disney has to approve everything. Like it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And by the time that we announced Star Wars, it was like, we had known about Star Wars for a while. Like you have to keep a secret, you know, that's honestly like the tough part. People are like, what's next? What's next? They're trying to guess. And you're like, I can't say.
Yeah. And you can't even hint to it. Can't drop any teasers.
No, we weren't doing like any Star Wars gifts, like purposely.
It was tough.
Yeah,
even now, there's stuff we know about now that we literally can't talk about.
Those details, you can tell. You can
months from now, you guys will find out, but like we literally can't say.
You can tell you've been working on it for a long time, just based on the details and the amount of work that went into it. I mean, those art show and tells are amazing. I guess that kind of, you kind of talked about it a little bit. You know, a lot of stuff's coming. Is there going to be any kind of regular drop frequency, or is it going to be random? Just whenever things are ready, that's when it's going to come out. Like, what can people expect?
I mean, we plan it, but we can't really announce it. Like internally, we have dates, but to like announce the date is a whole nother level. Yeah. So we have internal dates, but we can't exactly announce those because, you know, we have to get the press release live and then there has to be an official announcement. So yeah, like there's not like, oh, every 90 days, like there's not like specifics like that. Because it does obviously depend on if we're ready or not. And, you know, we've had to push like Masters of the Universe. We did have to push that. Even our very first drop with our own IP, ZooFO, we had to push that because we weren't ready and we don't believe in launching something that isn't 100%, and we feel super confident with it. So yeah, like we're not gonna launch something unless we're fully ready to launch it.
And I will just to add to that real quick, I will say, you know, in terms of like frequency, there's so much happening around the company. We have 62 employees, 60 plus employees, and they're all working on, you know, different activations among the company. So a lot of people look at our roadmap and they think of it as like a linear thing, our white paper, or that it's a linear path. Like there could be a breakthrough in one, you know, department next week, and then all of a sudden this activation gets, but like everyone is actively working on everything and trying to push out everything in the quality, like Steph said, the quality that we think is appropriate for y'all.
And Katie in the chat, Crypto Dizzy in the chat cracks me up because he is always trying to get alpha. And he's like, if you're like me looking in the trash outside of On-Chain Studios, which by the way, that's the parent company of Cryptoys, On-Chain Studios. So. Shout out to KD.
Yeah, I remember we did ask Will about On-Chain and how, because we noticed that the art is very kind of toy. It's obviously toyish, but you don't have really that realism in the collectibles. And we asked them, would you ever maybe branch out, because Cryptoys is meant specifically to be more toyish, and through On-Chains maybe he can branch off and do a realist version of it. It was an idea that we asked him. He said, of course, like anything's on the table. But I was curious in terms of like how exactly do you guys market it Like, you know that a bunch of you know that what you guys have created right now is not complete. You're working on it as you go. Like, and you mentioned earlier that you would sort of just take clips of sneak peeks and kind of share it on your Discord. So now you're at a point where you're probably getting a little bit more volume now. You have Disney and Mattel IP and maybe more to come. Like, how do you manage that with the marketing, knowing you have more to come? You have so much more of the product that you have to build at the same time. Like, would you be able to handle like marketing really hard right now and bringing tons of people in, or are you trying to balance that and maybe backing off a little bit until you progress a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we took like almost a year to even launch any product, because we wanted to really build like a strong foundation. Everything's on our website. Most NFT projects, not, it's like OpenSea or it's like something else. There's not really, you only use the website once maybe, but like everything is on our website. So yeah, we need to build this to be able to scale. And honestly, traffic has not been a problem for us. Like, being able to handle a lot of traffic hasn't really been the issue. It's mostly like the bandwidth of just being able to we have so much we want to accomplish, and it's mostly just being able to prioritize like what is important, like obviously everything's important, so it's tough. It's like, okay, what's important? And then sometimes often a lot of times based off what we're hearing feedback from the community, we reprioritize some things because we're like, oh, we realize that people actually prefer this versus that, and they'd rather have this first. So, we have an idea originally of what we thought should be first, but we're starting to kind of, as we're growing, shift that. And that's going to continue to happen. That happens with projects all the time, where they reorder their roadmap because they realize some things should be priority versus others.
Nice.
Did you guys ever like reorder drops? Like, do you guys care about maybe being first on the blockchain or having a character that's the first one that is an NFT of the character? Do you guys care about that and actually say, we're going to release it just so that we can get that title?
I don't think
I can take this in. Yeah, we don't. I mean, to be honest, we've never heard FA. Like, half the team had never known.
I had never heard FA. I was like, that's a thing.
Until Star Wars came out, and then all the the VB community, which there's been a ton of support. You guys are awesome. We started saying FA, and we were like, we even had a chat, and we were like, what is this? Like, what is FA? So like, yeah, to be honest, like, we're just we don't really look into that stuff, but it is really cool, and like once you start to think about it, like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. It is a cool achievement, definitely.
Yeah.
It's tough because if you try to be first and then you rush something, I guess our main thing is we move fast, but we don't rush, because it's like you rush, you start tripping. Like, we're sprinting, but we're not like sprinting so hard that we're tripping all over ourselves, because the last thing we want is to launch and we're not 100% confident that things are going to go well. Yeah, things happen last minute, like the Star Wars launch. Like, luckily we were able to, optimize, the things quickly, because it was a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning, but like since we already built a strong foundation, it was quick. It was a quick solve.
Yeah.
And Will mentioned that if you bought 5 of those Star Wars, there'd be a special surprise. Any hints on what that is?
That's up to Will. That's Will's thing. We can't speak on Will's thing, honestly, but we can say that you do get golden tickets if you max mint, and that is a fact, and that's already out there and known. Some people don't know what golden tickets are. They're a one-time use thing. So like, once you use it, it actually, I don't know if it like burns or whatever, but basically it's no longer exists. So you can essentially earn as many golden tickets as you want, but like eventually it's deflationary, because when you use it, you lose it.
Do they expire?
Early access.
Do they expire, those tickets?
I don't know. They don't expire.
No.
Okay. So it's not like 60 days from when you got it or anything.
No,
like
I don't think we do.
No.
I don't think we would do that either, to be honest.
All right. Another thing that we really like actually is these, like I mentioned earlier, those art team show and tell live streams. That's really, really cool, because we get to see the people behind the product, understand what they were thinking when they did this, and then just obviously the chat and all that. It's a hype builder. It's a community aspect. Who was the brains behind doing those? Can you give credit somewhere?
I mean, I think like from day one, I guess I can take the credit of like, in the beginning, I was like, I have nothing to show, so let's just show what we're working on. And then it just continued to be a trend. So yeah, it started off where it's like, literally that's all we could show. And now it's like we obviously have other stuff, but people really love the behind the scenes. They really like to see like what goes into the process.
100%. Yeah, like a lot of people will come into the Discord and be like, "Wow, you know," they'll give me props and be like, "This is such a great place." And to be honest, like those props should be passed right to Steph because she is the head of community. You know, this is her vision before I even got hired. She was employee number 1. I was employee number 25. You know what I mean? Like there was some distance between us. So when I came in, there was a vibe and a feeling already established, and that was from Steph. And there was events already going on where they're showing stuff behind the scenes. When I got hired, these were things I had to get used to. Like, oh man, we're going to be on camera, you know, this week, next week. Like, and if you go back, I mean, they might be deleted by now, but if you go back and watch some of my first appearances on camera with Cryptoys, you know, I look very, very nervous, you know, like, and it's this whole thing that you just got to get used to. But there's a reason behind it, and there's a reason behind why we do the Discord update videos, you know, whenever we have an announcement weekly, pretty much. But, you know, we want to put our faces out there to show you that, you know, we're here, we're here, we're explaining things to you if we have announcements. You know, we are the people working on it, you know, and we'll get Will to come up and we'll get other people to come up. Yeah, because it's all about trust factor with our community. We want them to know that we're actually the people that we say we are. And yeah, I'll stop. My dog's about to go nuts, so I'll mute now.
Nico.
No, you know,
Nico.
it's funny you said that. You go back to January 3rd last year. We look back at our first video that we did when we decided to start this channel, and it's hilarious. And when you go back and you listen to it, I know exactly what you mean by that. But I think it's important that definitely that the team, like one thing that I think is very obvious for somebody who wasn't part of your community at first and now is that the team is willing to get their faces out there and meet the community and build that kind of relationship with their community, because trust is something you can't buy. It's something that's built, something that's earned. Mm-hmm. So that's one way to do it. If you stay involved with the community, like things that you're doing right now. And I think it's a very special thing. And I don't know, like if that's recognized at all by any of your licensors or any like the larger IP that you guys have now. I don't know.
Oh, Disney is always watching every single thing that they do. They can't like comment and stuff, so nobody ever knows like that they're in there. But they watch everything, and they literally were like, we've never seen any community like this. Like you guys are, it's insane. Like how engaging like everything is. And we're like, oh, we're just doing our thing. Like we didn't realize that this was like an anomaly, that a lot of people don't really do this. Because it's pretty normal in other spaces, but I guess for like digital collecting and NFTs, like it's not really that normal because a lot of people are anonymous. But in a lot of other spaces, it's like common sense to, you know, show your face for your products. Like, you know, you have to sell your product, then you're gonna show your face, right? It makes sense. But yeah, the space is so new that it wasn't really like that in the beginning. So we did really stand out, and even now we do kind of stand out. I'm kind of surprised more people don't have their teams up, but I mean, I think more people will start to do it, and hopefully we inspire that, because I like transparency. I would love to see more projects and companies be out there as well. It's like it's good for the whole ecosystem.
So did you guys? You mentioned that the licensors like Disney and Mattel or investors. I know we got some information out of Will on that, but they're always
Mattel,
watching.
Yeah.
So like, do you guys actually work closely with your counterparts at those companies? Are you how involved are they with you? We asked Will this question, and I want to know just from you guys as well, because it's just a different position. Like, how often are you involved with other with the licensors directly in terms of putting out the products and talking to them, having discussions about them, about what's your next steps?
Yeah, I mean, personally, me and Poof, we're not like, oh, in those meetings. It's just, you know, it's a little different, but like our CMO, you know, Sherry, she's in all those meetings they work very, very closely with Disney. But we personally aren't in those. But yeah, I know a lot of the team definitely, especially the art, they have a huge say. They give us, you know, free reign, but they also like, there's a lot of things that they, you know, decide for us as well, or help push us in a certain direction, because they have standards. We have standards. We're both trying to fit both of our brands and make it like, okay, how can they collide together and be really, really good? And a lot goes into it. Like it really does. They're very close.
What are you the most excited for right now in terms of their upcoming features? Just you personally, like what excites you the most for what's coming up?
Go ahead,
For Cryptoys or for Star Wars in general?
for Cryptoys, I mean, we know the roadmap now. We know what you guys want to do. Will's mentioned many different things. Gamification is only one of the many. Like, what are you most excited for coming in the future of that roadmap?
Yeah, so I love to collect. I love to collect. So collecting is a close second. Okay, and I love to game. Me and Steph had a meeting earlier. I'm pointing the wrong way. Me and Steph had a meeting earlier, and I do that all the time. And I was telling her about Zelda. I was like, "Oh man, you would love Zelda stuff." I'm a big gamer. I love to game, and gaming is probably going to be third because I love to collect more than I love gaming. But number one is going to be the entertainment side of the company. A lot of people don't know that we have people on the team working on an animated series, and that was listed in our roadmap. And yeah, there's an intro on our YouTube. You can see kind of episode 1, the teaser of what's going on, the backstory to ZFO. Yeah, I'm most excited about that. I think when that hits, people will understand that kind of the width of what we're trying to achieve here, the reach that we're trying to get. And I'm super excited for that animated series.
Is that limited to Cryptoys IP, or can it be any IP involved in that entertainment?
I personally don't know the answer to that, but I would love to see other IP and stuff in there. But it definitely, like, I believe originally, it's going to be our IP. From what we've seen, obviously I can't talk about it, but I would love to see other IP in there. I think that would be amazing. The episodes we could create if we just like mixed and matched IP, that would be amazing. But legally, yeah, it might be something we have to discuss.
Okay. I remember there was a little bit of talk about you wearing some Leia buns on the Leia stream.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Poof, where are the Leia
Did
buns?
they ever come in?
Tomorrow, I'm gonna post the screenshot in the Superstar Money chat. They're arriving tomorrow, says Amazon. I'm like, come on, Amazon.
Come on, Amazon.
Post it on the Discord, and then
you could have rocked them on this show too.
I know.
You gotta post a picture wearing them. But speaking of Leia buns, I know that you guys are doing something pretty unique with the Cryptoys in general, especially like the Star Wars ones that just came out, how they're kind of a 2-in-1, and eventually you're going to be able to have a parent and a child. I guess that's how I think Emilio's name explained it on your stream. What's the chances of having the Leia buns as a separate NFT?
it's like it's not the way that it is, because we would have already had to do that.
Yeah.
But the blaster is a separate NFT. Like it's the blasters and the lightsabers that are items. But that would be funny. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a possibility down the road we could come out with another set of stuff. Like we haven't even come out with like individual items, right? All the items have been automatically attached. But yeah, who's to say that we don't come out with items that you can't even get with your character? Like that's 100% a possibility. But like we said, I don't think we said that here, but the functionality of the backpack, it doesn't allow to hold items yet, so we need to update that, and that should be, not too long before we get that update, and that'll enable actually getting golden tickets, for people that were San Diego Comic-Con, those posters, a bunch of stuff you can get once we get the backpack update. That's actually what I'm most excited for, is the backpack update, because like reorganizing your collection, like I don't know, the way that everything's laid out, it's just all in there. And I would love to be able to organize. I'd love to be able to stack, like, if I have duplicates, stack them up, make everything tidy and neat. So
the plan
sorry, Steph and I, sorry, I apologize. But Steph and I know probably the least about, stuff that's in development until it gets, made in development. And then we need to know about it and inform the community and stuff. But Matt Razamoto in the chat, saying items in capital letters and excited. He is our creative director for Cryptoys. So him being excited about items and shouting it out, stack them up.
Yeah, he knows a little something. Yeah. Matt knows. Don't ask Matt any questions.
He would know a lot
don't
more
answer
than us,
anything.
for sure.
Drop some alpha. There's only 35 people here. Don't worry.
And he's excited. So if he's excited, yeah, I think we should be excited.
So then eventually, I guess the plan is that these items are like lightsabers, blasters, should be interchangeable with other characters, or is it just that they are like, will they always stick to that character?
I don't know for sure. I just know you will be able to decouple them, meaning
take it off and put it on.
You can kind of detach it and then it'll be separate. I'm not sure as far as like if we're able to cross IPs or what's the situation, because a lot of stuff comes down to legality. It's not that it's hard, it's just, is that like, are we allowed? That's the main thing, I think, for most of it.
Yeah, I wanted to pull one up because you mentioned golden tickets with the items. Hero 1234 said, talking about golden tickets, will there be super limited drops to use on something like this? Is that the purpose of them?
I mean, like I can't say anything for sure, but like I could imagine that, you know, you need a reason to use your golden ticket, right? If we
Right.
have like so much supply, it's like, are you really going to use your golden ticket? So I would imagine that there would be stuff where it would give you a reason to use your golden ticket. But I can't really say for sure, to be honest.
And with that, even with that side, right, that there's that right there where, you know, there could be a reason where there's something super exclusive where we want to do it. But just the general idea of golden tickets going forward, obviously we're looking to scale this company, this community to the masses, right? If we have drops and say the drops are 30K and our community is more than 30K, those golden tickets are going to come in handy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's more of like a future vision as well for like our early adopters and being rewarded for being early in the future.
Okay, so you mentioned about scaling. Maybe is there any plans or like something that maybe you guys are going to do to bring people into the space? I know you guys have been going on every stream that I've seen out there. Is there anything maybe bigger, attending events, using celebrity influencers? We know that Will's already mentioned that he's doing that. Is that in the works? Like, are we going to be seeing any of that hashtag soon?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of it is in the works. You know, we haven't really even fully like started our whole Star Wars campaign, to be honest. Like we're literally just dipping our toe in the water. And the marketing team has a bunch of stuff planned. And especially like there's definitely a lot of stuff planned. It's just we're not gonna all of a sudden do everything right in the moment, right? And some things take longer to fully, you know, bake out, especially with influencers. You need to sign the contract, you need to get everything approved. You know, it's a lot of back and forth too. But yeah, there's definitely influencers, like, you know, bigger influencers. There's definitely a whole marketing campaign. Like there's definitely going to be like ads and everything. Like there's definitely a whole plan. And we're excited to roll that out too. But for now, this was pretty much all been organic up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been pretty great for just being organic for Star Wars so far. So we are excited to see once we start keeping things up a notch, how things go.
Okay. We have Mass Collectibles. I want to pull this one up too. He says, Steph, you were in Spaces today. See, they're listening. They're always listening.
Hey, thanks for joining.
All right. And spoke about the ZooFO using AI. This is something that Joe and I have been extremely interested in as well, the whole AI aspect of this, so that kids or adults can interact with ZooFO. Have you guys done beta testing on that interaction?
Yes. Our AI is very behind the scenes. That's why we honestly don't, like in the past, we have brought the AI team on and like we've talked about some stuff, but a lot of it's very kind of like hush hush right now for us. A lot of it just takes a lot of work. It's a very big lift for AI. It's not just like, oh, just like AI, it's just so easy. It really is not, because we're building our own thing. Like it's a whole thing. So yeah, we're in testing, but it's very small testing. It's like internal team testing, and then it's only a little bit outside of the team, but it's very, very small testing right now. Like I wouldn't even call it beta. It's like not even alpha. It's like the pre-alpha testing at the moment. And there's just a lot of things to do with it. So I don't know when we'll be able to actually try to get maybe a group going with our community. But like when that's ready, we 100% will be pulling community members, just like we're doing right now. A lot of people don't know, actually, that we're doing that right now with our mini game, our ZooFO mini game, that there's a very small group. There's a private Discord channel in it. Nobody knows about it pretty much besides the people in it. But there's a private Discord channel, and we are currently beta testing the mini game as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That would be really, really crazy to see that finally being able to actually use the Cryptoys in a gamified form. Obviously, that's going to be an ultimate end goal there for the games. The AI aspect of it, we love talking about it just because you see how insane the AI is. The things that you can do with AI, ChatGPT, you name it, the answers you could get, but also it's a tools, right? You could know nothing about coding, and maybe you can ask your buddy Cryptoy or any other AI built-in thing to tell you. I know that the Cryptoys are intended, because we asked Will about like safety, right, in terms of the actual, because with children and you don't know what the AI could spit out, but it's extremely exciting. The whole space is exciting. That's why when I asked about what are you the most excited for in the future, I mean, there's just an endless list of things to pick from.
There's so many things we're working on. So many things we're working on. So many, literally like so many different things. That's why it's like Poof said, it's not like a linear roadmap. It's like we're kind of working on a lot of stuff, and it's just a matter of which one's going to be kind of like first out. But there is a lot of stuff in the works because a lot of stuff takes time. It takes a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, so you guys obviously know a lot more than we do, and you believe in the vision. Like, where do you think you guys will be in like 5 years? You know, like what do you think Cryptoys can become? Do you think that when you consider the competition that's out there right now, do you think that Cryptoys will stand out based on your current knowledge of what's your competitors, which I'm assuming you have some idea of who they are and what you guys are building right now? Do you think that you will be uniquely positioned to just stand out compared to everybody else, and everyone's gonna be running to Cryptoys because they want Cryptoys over any other project?
There is gonna be even more competitors that we don't even know about yet that aren't even born as well. Like that's also a thing too. Like there is going to be more. Like this space is so early and so new. It's almost like, yes, we do have quote unquote competitors, but like not really that much, to be honest. For what we're doing, not really that much. And I'm surprised. Like I can't wait for more because I feel like we need more. We need more competitive. We need more people to be aware of digital toys. Like that whole concept is so new. If you I literally was researching digital toys, you type that in the internet, it's just like kid games on like VTech and stuff that pops up. It's not what we're doing. So I personally think when we can, it's good if we can get more companies doing this type of thing so we can actually like increase the awareness as a whole. Cause I feel like there's not enough competitors right now. We literally need more competitors so that more people can know. But I think we already stand out. I think we'll continue to stand out, especially if we're going at the rate we're going, which is honestly, sometimes I'm like, it's literally a miracle, like what we've done so far. And knowing what we have lined up, it's just insane.
So I guess I saw a tweet you put out earlier. You showed off your cubes and how they're all pristine and untouched and unopened. And then you also mentioned how you have 2 years worth of Top Shot unopened.
Yep. People didn't think that I would do it either. They're like, you're going to open it. You're going to crack. I'm like, okay.
How do you do that? Like, how do you have the willpower to do that? Especially with like the quality on these things, the unboxing experience, like just saying you did it yourself to see what you got. Like,
that's why I host unboxing parties. Then I just get the experience from other people. I do open. Like I showed all my cubes. I didn't show my opened. Like I have more that I've opened, right? I just have more cubes than I have opened.
So do you think, we asked Will this question when he was on, we asked him about utility. Now, obviously for me, that's, I think the biggest draw for your platform here is being able to actually walk around, gamify, use the character that you own. Like it just makes it even more fun, that unboxing experience, because it kind of gives you a bond with that character. Now, if you have the AI aspect and all that, it's like your little friend here and you could bring them into this space and play the game with them. To me, that's like game changing. I think it actually provides utility to the thing. Like it's not only about how much can I sell this for, how much can I flip it for. Obviously, I think marketplace is still necessary, required, so people can buy the one that they actually do want if they don't land it on the drop. But I really, really like the utility aspect of the games. And now even Poof, I didn't even know that about the entertainment. That's an entirely separate thing. But do you think that these types of collectibles would have any type of future without this type of utility? Like if it's just there, just standing there, does nothing, like how... In my mind, very short window of people will enjoy it for a very short time, and then, okay, I'm done with it. If I can't flip it for more money, if I can't do that, do you think that the gamification is required when it comes to this space and these types of collectibles?
Nah, I feel like it's, there's collectors for everything. Everyone has their little niche, right? And they're gonna collect what they want. But I do think it makes us unique, and I do think it helps us get to the place that we want to be with what we're growing. But I don't think it's mandatory to stand out or to, produce longevity. I think as long as you believe in what you're doing the right thing, you're listening to your community and you're building, like you should be pretty fine in this space, because a lot of people are just here for money. A lot of people have given up, and I'm not calling anybody out. But just like a lot of projects are, here one day and then not. So we're really trying to build for longevity, and I know a lot of other great projects in this space are also trying to do that. And yeah, just keep building and you'll stand out in your own way, like that culture. You just like that's something we really highlight in Cryptoys, is like that's why the community is kind of the way it is. We're really trying to build that Cryptoys culture. So like when you look at Cryptoys or you see Cryptoys, you get that feeling of like that, oh, this is, that family culture.
Do you
I
guys
have.
go ahead, Steph?
I was gonna say, as an example, to Poof's point, I do think first of all, it's different answers for everyone. For Poof, it's not important, but for a lot of people, it is important. But for me, I am kind of same with Poof because I don't game, like I don't do that. But for example, all my Top Shot packs, like all my Top Shot moments, because I did open a lot. I locked all of them. Top Shot has where you can lock, and if you lock, you have to lock for a year, but then you can earn rewards. And so I'm that type of person where I would rather keep it, but then I guess that's the utility, is like at least you can still keep earning rewards. And I'm pretty sure I can say this because like Fonz has said this in the future, but there'll be ways to like passively earn rewards just by holding Cryptoys. Like, and that's for collectors like me, where it's like I don't want to have to do things. I'm not always on, I'm not always active, but I still want to earn. So yeah, there'll 100% be things for people that don't want to do anything, but they still want to earn passively. And I'm not saying money when I say earn, I mean like it could be rewards of any kind. And then people that actually want to do stuff, yeah, experiences. There will be experiences. We already have the block, which is just a little test ground environment. That was just meant to show that these are 3D, these are interactive, they come to life. But I mean, our whole big vision to build a Cryptoyverse, that thing's gonna be wild. And that's so exciting because it reminds me of like, I used to play Webkins, I used to play Cub Penguin, like the interactive environment, you run around, different experiences you can go into. That's the kind of stuff that we're building long term. And I think we'll satisfy everyone, passive and active, collectors.
Yeah,
I know, Freddie, this is our co-founder, Freddie. Exactly. That's why I host the live streams. And yes, we have a marketing account that I open on the live streams. I'll say when I am opening for my personal account, but yeah. See, Matt's with me. See, Matt, let's go.
It's fun watching them because you get to actually, like, we had 5 and we opened 4 of them. We had the willpower to not open the last one on stream. And we got to see the animations. We actually just opened the Luke, unwrapped the package. The rest of them, we just did the holocron. So it's nice when you guys do those live streams. You can actually see all the cool animations of each one. And maybe I missed it, but do you guys actually have how many got sold on the website? I don't remember seeing that.
We do not. And that's a lot of people are asking about that because people are used to that, right? Like blockchain technology, shouldn't you be able to see, right? The mints, like, why don't we show? But yeah, no, we don't. We're kind of different in that way. Like we're operating more as like a toy company would, where you don't really know, you just know when they sell out. And we could change our mind down the road. We're always open to changing our mind. But for now, that's kind of our thing, is like, we're not revealing numbers. People don't have to worry about like, oh my God, like, do I have to, worry about this? Like, sometimes same with marketplace, it messes with your mind, like, floor price or what's the price, what's the value, like you literally don't even have to think about that. But yeah, a lot of people are asking about that, but no, we don't show numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious. I went looking on it. It was funny. Joe and I were saying we were not able, we wanted to open everything on stream and buy it on stream.
Yeah.
But we couldn't make it for when the drop first happened, which maybe was a good thing because there was a bit of a delay anyways. And then we came afterwards and we did it. And we were laughing because we were looking at it and we're like, well, how many are left? But it says we can buy. So as long as we can buy, that's all that matters. And we were good from there.
You can either buy or you can't.
Yeah,
it's
2 options.
It's a bit of a belief, right now within the company, to operate like that toy store, that digital toy store. A lot of a belief, actually. That's exactly what we're doing. But there are some factors that can come in with remaining inventory that kind of muddy up the waters for us, because we're not like, our collection sizes are big, right? 30,000, 40,000 for Motu on each wave, 30,000 for CFO. Like, we know how big our community is, right? We can see the numbers. We know these collection sizes are going to be available for people. So if you come in and we have this NFT 24-hour rush mindset where we need to sell out immediately, and you see, certain numbers on whatever that just dropped or whatever's been around, like obviously ZFO isn't sold out yet, right? That was our first collection that we've had available, still available as intended. But if you were to see that, you might think negatively about the project's ability to operate. And that's not true at all. That's not relevant at all. That's intended. You know what I'm saying? So it starts to muddy the waters. Like Steph said, we're not totally against it, but right now that is just how we're doing things and trying to set that culture if possible.
I think you guys are doing a really good job of kind of keeping yourself distanced or separated from crypto in general. I mean, if people want that aspect, they have it. It's available to them, but it's not necessarily the backbone or something that you guys are built on. You guys are built on the experiences, the games. That's something that I'm really enjoying with this stuff over here.
Nice. Shout out to Jenny. Jenny pulled an Ultra Grail. She's in the chat. She pulled an Ultra Grail last night.
And
Ultra
opened
Grail
it.
Darth Vader.
What?
And opened it all the way.
And opened
Oh, I
it
saw
all
that.
the way.
I saw that.
You
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Because she was like, I really want Darth Vader. And she pulled like how many, Poof? How many? She was pulling light side.
Yeah, I think
Must
she
be
pulled
7
4.
in a row.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
swear
it was a lot.
like
It was a
so
lot.
many in a row. And she was like, I want the dark side. Like she wanted to join the dark side so bad. And then finally, it was almost like the last one she was gonna open. And she pulls the freaking Darth Vader Ultra Grail. That was wild.
You
That's
guys,
insane.
you guys,
Eight.
you
She
guys
said
were
she
a
pulled
lucky
8.
bunch.
Yeah.
You were very lucky. I've seen you guys pulling all those.
Our number,
crazy-
the odds are way better. So for all the other collections that we have, there's 7 rarities. And the percentages, all the Ultra Grails are only 1 of 1. So there's only 1 per character. This one, it's a 1% chance of Ultra Grail versus 0.01. So like there's 100 Ultra Grails per character. Way better odds. And there's only 5 rarities. So way better odds on this. And we're kind of like, we were testing it, right? Because you should always be testing things. And we're like, oh, this is actually kind of good because we see people pulling more rare, right? Versus like pulling a lot of commons. But for the other collections, it makes that Ultra Grail that much more scarce because there's only 1 per character. So it's kind of like, pros and cons for each, what people want.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if, by the way, we're just on 47 minutes now, so we're going to be closing up the stream soon. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll pull it up. I got one more question. I'm going to pull some from the chat, and then Joe, maybe you could prepare the wheel of names.
Yeah, if you guys haven't entered already, go to our pinned tweet and post some Cryptoys pictures, maybe of your collection, maybe of your wish list, and then we'll enter you on the wheel of names. We're going to spin it off for one of the Star Wars holocrons, and Cryptoys will deliver that to you. So you got a last chance here to enter before we get into that.
Pin tweet on the
Superstar
can
Money.
you put the link for? I know someone asked for the link. Are you able to put the link? I tried to put the link, but I don't know if YouTube.
Yeah, I'll try and
me.
write it. I don't know if it'll work, but twitter.com/ should just be Superstar Money. Let's go. Try that.
The pin tweet, folks.
How many people we got right now? Joe's gonna
it's very slim right now. So
one winner gets a holocron. Should we calculate the % chance right now? How many entries?
You're gonna do the math on the spot?
I have my calculator out.
Yeah, I don't
think I'm doing the math in my head.
I thought you were about to show off for a second.
Oh no, math is not my strong suit.
Let's see, 1 there. Michael Campa, he didn't post anything, but we'll say 2 for that. Squirrel, not sure. 3, Bones Bondsville, who's obviously a longtime supporter. That's 4
in the Discord.
Yeah. We got, let's see what else we got. 1% ER 5.
They max minted like a bunch of times. Shout out to them.
Yeah, so there's like 6.
Okay,
yeah, so very good odds.
1 divided by 6, so 16% chance right now. That's pretty good odds, folks.
It's pretty good odds.
16%.
She did that in her head. She did that in her head.
That's quick.
I did that in my head, guys. Definitely did that in my head.
I was thinking 18, but that was way faster than me. So the question I wanted to sneak one question. This is my own question, and then I'm going to pull up some from the chat. But what I want to know is, like, is there any kind of pressure from the community to do things differently? Are you worried at all maybe that as time goes on, as your community grows, you might experience more pressures in terms of managing the community? You guys are the community managers. I'm not sure if you ever had discussions about that long-term kind of management of dealing with a larger community, but just what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll just go quick and then I'll pass it to the master, Steph Sutto. But it's for me, it's about building the culture internally first, having our community that we have right now and that we're continuing to build understand what we're trying to do. And you'll see a lot of people in our community are very passionate. They fully understand. They could answer any question that people come in. I mean, I answer a lot of questions, but I could just back off and they could answer the questions because they know exactly what's coming. And it's like, once we get that layer, then we can start to layer out, right? Like we have the community heads who really know everything and keep the culture. And we have the mods and the volunteers and the ambassadors who are continuing to keep that culture. And that just continues to layer throughout the community until the people who just joined are now mentoring the people who just joined after them, right? And it's really about that like community family mentoring program that that's in the culture. It's baked in the culture.
You should say what your dream is, Poof, for where the community lives.
Oh man, I have this. I mean, you guys, maybe you don't. I spend a lot of time in Discord. I don't want to say obsessed. It sounds weird, but I'm obsessed with building the Cryptoys community and building this community to be something that matches the quality of the product. The product is obviously amazing. The artists are so good at what they do, and I feel like as community builders, we should be equally as talented and be able to produce results the same way. So I really, really enjoy building the community and thinking about it. In my off time, I'll be walking my dog and thinking about ways to build the community. And,
I was saying the website thing.
Yeah. It was a long preface.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure.
Steph, you know how much I think I had to, preface the story. So my dream is to have Discord. We take everything that Discord is and we just implement it right onto the Cryptoys website. So that's role authentications. It's going to know what collectibles you have. It's going to put you in private chats with Grail holders. Support's going to be right there. They just need to click on your name and they're able to access your account if you're having issues. All of our announcements will be there. Like literally, once you go to the Cryptoys web, oh, what's Cryptoys? What's this? Bam, our community's right there in your face, engaging, interacting, laughing, posting GIFs. You sign up, you get put into a new user chat. And then your account as well would have all these announcements. This isn't confirmed stuff, by the way. This is just totally in my head, just for disclaimer of the stream. Dream.
Let's manifest it.
You would have specific announcements based on what you're holding. Whatever's happening with the Star Wars account, we're adding all of the Star Wars holders. Basically everything we use Discord for, but Discord is not perfect for Web3. It's not perfect for what we're trying to do. So if we could just take that, and obviously that's a massive lift. I pitched it to the company. It's been well received, but it's obviously huge. So that is my dream. That is my dream.
Okay. So I'm going to pull a question up from Ronald Parker. So I think this is a Star Wars question. Will there be special edition Star Wars? But I think this can apply with anything that you release. Like we have the different rarities. In a way, the most rarest one, the Ultra Grails are in a way a special edition. But I think the question is, will there be like a unique special edition, side drop, extremely limited, or maybe, you have like a one of one, which I know you guys have done before, but within these drops, maybe there's some one of ones. What are your thoughts on this?
We actually do have, let me just start by saying I can't speak on Star Wars, but I will say we do have special edition Masters of the Universe cubes, and you couldn't even buy those. Literally, you could only earn those. Those were literally special that we airdropped. There was kind of like different requirements that you could do to get that airdrop. But yeah, like we like the idea of having special edition stuff that you could only earn, for example, like money can't buy things. I think we think that's really cool. And so I'm sure we'll do future, like we've done, special edition before. I'm sure we'll do more. I don't know about Star Wars and I can't speak on it, but I can say from a fan perspective for a second, I would love that. I would love special edition Star Wars cubes. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We got another one here. I have a question. Is this the real Poof or the AI version?
So there was a long story about in the beginning when I joined the community, everyone thought I was a bot because my name was Poof.bot. And we would have a lot of fun with that. People would do like commands, like command puzzle. And I would spend the day before. I told you I'm like obsessed with community building. I would spend the day beforehand prepping puzzles for when people came in and like did the puzzle command and stuff.
Bring the puzzles back.
Bring the puzzles back, right? And then we gave out Poof points and everyone had like a Poof point balance and stuff. Oh man, those were the good days. That was a good time.
All right. Ronald's on fire. He said, will we be able to max mint or mix mint, like buy one Zoo, two Motu, and two Star Wars in one transaction?
Are you in our Discord, Ronald? Were you the one who asked that question in Discord? Because I did see that question. I'm not entirely sure on the legalities behind if we're allowed to mix IPs, to be honest. I think it's a cool idea. The concept of it, I think it's a really, really cool idea. I'm just not sure if we would actually be able to do that or not. But I really like that idea a lot.
Yeah, cool idea for sure.
I got one here.
That would be
So
interesting.
if you wanna check, I know you guys, it's not public information how many are left in the store or whatever, but can you Amazon it? Like, when you want something and you don't want to buy it quite yet, you're waiting to save up a little bit of money, so you go in there and you put like, I want to buy 999 of these things, and you go in just to check if it's available. Maybe that's a way.
That'd be interesting. Well, that's another. I thought you were going to talk about, can you add things to your cart and then leave them in there? Because right now I'm pretty sure it expires after 5 minutes. I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that is, I kind of like
you got
that
a limit.
concept.
There's like a 5 limit, I think. Like, you can't even go higher than that, so it limits. I was thinking, but then
that too. I know we're increasing the limit. I will say, I know we're increasing the limit. I don't know what the limit increase is going to be, but I know we're increasing it because you can do unlimited transactions. It's just you have to do 5 at a time. But we're like, why would we? We kind of made that decision a way long ago, and we're realizing we need to change that.
Mm-hmm.
So we will change that. Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny wrote, I would love to see a sliding max mint above 5 or a cart, but I feel like mixing IPs would not work between partners. So I think that makes a lot of sense. A lot of we know from our other projects that you have your MLB, they focus on MLB and that's it, and they don't want to mix with other sports. And then you have, obviously, maybe Disney is not going to be very open to having any other kind of IP involved in their draw, because in a way they're almost advertising somebody else. Okay, so we're going to bring up, I guess, about one more here, and then maybe we'll do the giveaway. We're at 56 minutes, so we're almost there.
Sure.
Get your last minute entries in, folks.
We're almost there.
Pin tweet on their Twitter.
We don't want this to end. The party's got to, we're almost.
Well, we can keep going. We can keep going. If you guys want to keep going, we can keep going.
I personally will have to drop it if Poof wants to stay. That's fine.
Yeah. So if you want to hang on a little bit longer,
I don't want to extend anything that has to not. I'm down to hang for 10 minutes and answer some questions if you have them, but I can't answer too much that isn't, already answered.
Yeah, don't feel rushed. Obviously, we want to be respectful of your time.
Do you have Pokemon?
Yeah.
The game on my Switch? Yes, I do. And I love playing it.
Great, he was ready.
I love it.
All right. Mass Couple says, I know Wave 1 Star Wars just released. Is there a time frame for Wave 2? # soon. These are the time frame questions. They're my favorite questions. Is it 3 to 5 months or longer? I know I would rather have the team building the block. What do you guys have to say?
I don't know. Is my I don't know is my PC answer, honestly. But the block is definitely a priority. Like, we want you to be able to actually, like, for those people who unwrap their Cryptoys Star Wars all the way and they're kind of like, what do I do with it? Like, yes, we want you to be able to actually play with, just like the other collections, you can literally play with all those on the block right now. Star Wars is the only one you currently can't, because we're updating it and we're making it like special custom, for Star Wars, right? So yeah, we definitely want to get that as soon as humanly possible. The wave, I don't know the time frame for the wave, but
again, it's not. I mean, we have 60 plus people. It's not. We're all working on one specific thing, right? Like, the block is being built, and we're also working on that wave 2 that we've announced at the same time.
Okay. So
one of these guys. I'm sorry, but Dima's comment cracks me up. One of these guys is clipping it.
It's my mom.
Of all the possibilities of what can be happening, I'm
trying to enter giveaway entries here on the side here without annoying you guys, but my mic is right next to it. So
why are you clipping your toenails? Come on, man. Just have some decency.
I just gotta say, I can't wait for my superstar hat. I'm gonna wear it.
Poof,
I'm gonna wear
get his hands
everywhere.
Up. Wait, what do you have to do to get that merch? Does Poof have to, like, what does he have to do?
I mean,
he has to send us his Leia buns in the chat, and then the hat will come.
But like worn, you want his worn Leia buns, or what's more? I think
No, he has to send us a picture wearing them, right? And then we can post it on our socials, on Pin It.
Next Star Wars live event, if they do show up tomorrow, next Star Wars live event, I'm wearing them for sure.
Perfect. And Steph, we can arrange anything if you're interested in one of these cotton candy hats.
I love that
right?
colorway.
That's what I'm saying.
Pink and blue is my favorite, and I love pastel, like light. I love those hats.
No, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we got Hero. Thank you all for doing the stream. I want to pull up Adam. Adam says, get into the Discord all. and read and listen. So join the Cryptoys Discord, and I'm sure there's lots more conversation you can have if you have more questions. And then, of course, you know, the team will continue, I think, with the engagement that they are continuing to show, not just here on this channel. You see them all over YouTube, their own channel. They're always engaging and involved. And guys, we appreciate you guys so much. Joe, we know that Steph has to head out. I think we need to end before the giveaway with our superstar standing O. Great job, guys. Great job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Stop.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys for coming on. We'll pull up the wheel now. There's I think like 8 or 9 people here. What is it?
Good luck.
10 people.
And by
So
the
you
way,
have
I can literally send, as soon as you get the winner, I can literally send the holocron right now. So whoever wins, you can literally unbox like immediately if you want.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Let's see who
Good
wins.
luck.
Thank you guys for entering.
Good luck. I wonder if we know who the winner
Oh
is.
no.
Oh, I know.
Homie Daily Bird.
Oh,
Homie
me
Daily
Daily
Bird.
Bird. Let's go.
He maxed
Okay.
out. I think he bought 10
really?
on the first day. So
Then he
glad
deserves
to
it.
see him win.
Yeah.
Just let us know your Cryptoys username though.
Yeah.
DM them or me.
Congrats.
Yeah, good for the channel. And yeah,
I gotta say, you guys are awesome. You guys, like I said, I watched your videos before. We just recently met, but I did my homework and watched your videos. And you guys, even before you got into Cryptoys stuff or whatever you guys were discussing in the video, you guys just bring the energy right off in the beginning. You know, with the whole thing, and it's awesome. And I know people love it. So you guys are awesome. When you reached out and told me Steph was coming on and invited me to come on, I've been excited since then. So. Thank you guys for having us. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I think you have 2 new fans.
I'm a fan.
You know?
I'm a fan. I'm joining that
Exactly.
Discord too. I'm excited
Let's
to
go.
join the Discord.
Well, we consider it more like a family, I think, than anything. So, I mean, everybody, like, honestly, that Discord, I see Alex and Crypto's in the chat here. Omi Daily Burn, he's always in there as well. I mean, we're talking to the same people every single day. We hope to bring the same dynamic with the Cryptoys community. We've noticed a lot of overlapping, but also we've met new people through that avenue, just from being in your chats, on your live streams. I think you guys are a big testament to build, like, obviously that's your job, building the community. And I think doing these types of events and having this interaction, like even just with not even just with YouTubers, but with the people in your community, I think that goes a long way. And we really appreciate like the way that you guys have been answering questions and addressing any issues that people are having. The one thing, like I was talking about it on our video the other day, was when the drop didn't go right at 9 o'clock, you guys had that Discord live going, and people were able to listen and feel comfortable and confident. And even Will popped on there. He's like, "Don't worry, it's coming. Like, chill out." And it just gave you that peace of mind. It's not silence. It's not, "Oh, is it going to happen?" It's not, "We screwed you guys. Don't worry." But like, it's, we feel like you're there, like next to us, helping guide through it. So I think if you guys continue to do that, like you guys, the sky's the limit. I think you guys are going to do really well. And all this stuff you guys got coming, whenever it comes, we're really excited. We'll be there to cover it.
yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Rob.
I just want to point out the jersey. I got to shout out Fat Cat. He's from Hamilton. We're from Toronto, so he's nearby. We haven't met, but he's been a long supporter of our channel. He actually made one jersey for Joe and I and sent it in the mail. We have the PO box if anybody wants to send any.
Wait,
any
that's
gifts.
what you're wearing? Can we see it?
This is
the
this.
jersey.
This
Got
is
your
the
name
jersey.
on the back,
Oh,
right?
that goes
Look at the back.
hard.
Look at the
Okay.
back. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is it right there.
Nice.
So
awesome.
that's again, we have an incredible community, and of course we thank all our supporters. So many people came out to support us. Jimbo Lee Lingo, a good friend of the channel. Michael Campa, a good friend of the channel. He's actually been on it. He had his FA video on our channel when he joined us. I saw Bob Sales, Alex and Crypto. Oh my God, Satoshi! Like so many of our supporters have joined us. We thank you guys so much. We're one big community, and of course, guys, thanks for the kind words. You're welcome on the channel anytime. If you want to come back and hang out some more, we can totally do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks guys for coming on. It was an amazing time. I think, Joe, it's time for us to close it off. So, but before we go, okay, there's one very important thing we must do. And if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video, every single day. We keep it coming. I just saw on the side Kid Arcade, another friend of the channel right there. Guys, thank you. Oh, Bones Bonville as well. We shouted him out earlier. Thank you guys so much. And also Superstar VIP. Thank you to all our supporters. Take care, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Peace.
Bye.